What's up everyone, and welcome to another episode where we're going to discuss Google releasing a Chrome browser update for a high severity zero-day vulnerability. A few days ago, we talked about fake Windows 11 upgrades leading to theft of browser cookies, cryptocurrency wallet information, along with other personally identifiable information. That thread was specific to only Windows. Now, if you missed that episode and you want to watch it, even say only my insights about it, the link to that episode is above. One of the major differences between that attack using the red line Trojan for Windows 11 upgrade is that vulnerability only affects Windows. But this vulnerability affects Windows, Linux, and Mac OS. Now, I hope you'll watch the entire episode, but in case you already know the story, you can now skip directly to my insights at the end of the episode, right from the timeline below. For the rest of you, let's dive into the story and see what we can learn to protect ourselves and others.
Oh, drat these computers. They're so naughty and so complex. I could pinch them.
So, Google has released Chrome 98.0.478.102 for Windows, Mac, and Linux, and it's to fix a high-severity zero-day vulnerability used by threat actors in attacks. Google's aware of reports that an exploit for CVE 2022-0609 exists in the wild. Now, Google states that the Chrome update will roll out over the coming weeks. However, it is possible to install the update immediately simply by going into the Chrome menu, Help About Google Chrome. The browser will also automatically check for new updates and install them the next time you close and relaunch Google Chrome. The zero-day bug fix tracked to CVE 2022-0609 is described as a use after free in animation and was assigned a high severity level. This vulnerability was discovered by Clément Lessenet from Google's Threat Analysis Group. Attackers commonly exploit use-after-free bugs to execute arbitrary code on computers running unpatched Chrome versions or to escape the browser's security sandbox. Congratulations, you're doing a great job by wanting to learn about this Google Chrome emergency update for this high severity vulnerability, and by watching my episode about it. I appreciate your support. If you're new to my channel or haven't done so yet, please consider subscribing to my channel and smashing the bell to be notified when I upload new episodes where I give you insights into the newest important cybersecurity news stories like this one. With my insights, you can be better prepared to protect your company, your family, and yourself against these and other cyber attacks. So hit the subscribe button now and let's continue to learn about this story together. While Google said they have detected attacks exploiting the zero-day, it did not share any additional information regarding these incidents or technical details about the vulnerability. Access to bug details and links may be kept restricted until a majority of users have updated their browsers with the fix. In addition to the zero-day, this Google Chrome update fixed 7 other security vulnerabilities, all but one classified as high severity. Zero-day is a broad term that describes recently discovered security vulnerabilities that hackers can use to attack systems. The term zero-day refers to the fact that the vendor or developers has only just learned of the flaw, which means they have 0 days to fix it. A zero-day vulnerability is a vulnerability in a system or a device that has been disclosed but is not yet patched. An exploit that attacks a zero-day vulnerability is called a zero-day exploit. Now, Stuxnet is just one example of a zero-day attacks if you're familiar with Stuxnet. Another example you might remember, in April 2017, Microsoft was made aware of a zero-day attack on its Microsoft Word software. Now, the attackers used a malware called Dridix Banker Trojan, which we've heard about numerous times over the years. Now, they used this Trojan to exploit a vulnerable and unpatched version of the Microsoft Word software. Now, if a hacker manages to exploit the vulnerability before software developers can find a fix, that exploit becomes known as a zero-day attack. Now, this makes zero-day vulnerabilities difficult to proactively find, which in some ways is good news because it also means hackers will have a hard time finding them themselves. Just to recap, so zero-day is when software has a flaw known to the developer, but the developer does not yet have a patch ready to be released. A zero-day exploit is a software package coded to then take advantage of the known zero-day vulnerability. In most cases, zero-day exploit packages are actually packaged as malware. So what can we learn? Well, we know from Google's own reporting that this vulnerability is being actively exploited in the wild. Now, in the past week or two, I've covered a number of stories relating to various threats, including the Redline Trojan that comes through this Windows 11 upgrade scam. If you recall, we also covered the use of the reverse proxy technique, where a reverse proxy is injected into the browser to capture information and send it to the threat actors. Things like bank information, cryptocurrency credentials, multi-factor authentication tokens, all this kind of stuff. So, Redline, and really any other Trojan installed in a variety of ways, either these fake upgrades and updates, or even phishing campaigns with malicious attachments. These are all the delivery vehicle for an attack. And in many cases, the attack is on your browser. Your browser is kind of like a car with a chauffeur bringing you from place to place. Let's say, for example, your buddy gives you a stock tip. What do? Well, you might go to, say, Yahoo Finance, check out the last few days, weeks, or months of performance, do your due diligence. Then you go to your bank, check your balance. Then you go to your broker to make a trade. Then to Facebook and Twitter to let everybody know you bought blah, blah, blah stock. Who knows, maybe bunch of them will buy it too, the stock goes up, everybody makes money, right? Anyway, so the browser. The car has been driven and is driven everywhere with the chauffeur doing the driving, and you trust it. But what if all of a sudden the chauffeur shows up to your house with his cousin Vinny? Hey, how you doing? I'm Vinny. Yeah, don't bother about me. I'm just along for the ride. I got to take care of a little business. Now at Yahoo, where you're checking, the performance, Vinny's sitting in the car. At the bank, though, Vinny's peeking over your shoulder at the teller machine while you check your balance. Back in the car on your way to E-Trade, Vinny's punching text in his phone to who knows who. Then at E-Trade, where you buy the stock, Vinny's not only sitting next to you, but he's again frantically typing in information in his phone as you verify your information to authorize the trade. At Facebook and Twitter, same procedure. Now imagine that Vinny isn't a human in the car with you, but he's there. You just can't see him. And imagine that Vinny is there every single time you get in the car and go for a drive. It doesn't matter if you're on your way to the hairdresser, the doctor to have him take a look at that weird bump on your back, or maybe to work where you just might be the key for the invisible and ever-present Vinny to get your company hacked. Moral of the story is, of course, make sure you update your browser right away. But it should be more than that. The browser update is the immediate fix. The long-term fix is to be aware of everything you're doing. What attachment you're clicking on, what's the SMS, or what's the WhatsApp message I got with a link in it, or should I really download this cracked software? The Trojan is the delivery mechanism. The infection is the long-term sickness, but you are the gatekeeper that even allows the Trojan onto a device. So stay vigilant, patch your systems, install updates, and let's stay safe. With that, I say thanks again for watching this episode. Don't forget to share and subscribe if you haven't already, and smash the bell if you haven't already, and I'll see you on the next episode. Take care.
Don't forget to ride. Farewell.